They're like, in 2 months we're coming out with another season.
That's how I should imagine it.
I like just how cool. I don't know.
Oh, how cool. I thought it's like that there was a first season and there's a second season.
No.
Just like how cool, like how excited I would be making comparison
like,
right now. Wow.
Whatever.
I'm trying to understand.
Oh.
Okay, guys, big update. Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox. Just letting you know. Good morning. I'm doing good. Look at this massive watermelon. Hi, Sam. Sam, Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox. Big announcement. That's why I'm going live. I'm kidding, but the husband wanted me to announce that because he's so excited about it. Hi, Roadside. Hey, how you doing? Oscar's doing good, Sam. He is sleeping right now. I'm trying to show you real quick. I know what I want to do today in the live stream. Schatzi, you heard your name? Boo boo. Yeah, Schatzi. Thanks for asking, Sam. Schatzi. Look at his cute little sheep. I'm glad you're doing good, Herbert. I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it. Oscar, people all send you their wishes. They've been thinking about you and wishing you all the best for days now. Super sweet, huh? Hi, Casey. Thanks, Roadside. Baby. He's not allowed to nibble, so... Hey, Schatzi. Yeah. Can you read over here so you are next to Oscar? He's up now. Yeah. I might have woken him up. Huh? Yeah. Because I can't watch him right now. You can just sit here in the chair. She wants to say hi. Okay. What's everyone up to? What's your Saturday plan? Or Sam, for you it's already Sunday, right? I still have to get used to that. Isn't it so crazy that it's the next day in some countries already? I mean, it's not that crazy. It's called time zones, I guess. But sometimes I still have to get used to that. Hi, Roshan. Welcome. I honestly don't even know what I want to do today. I just, because I said earlier, I'm going to have another live stream later tonight. Because the other one I had this morning was pretty early. So I just hopped on, just checking in on everyone, seeing how you're doing. Look, I picked a good one. Apparently, I don't know exactly. Sometimes I'm at the store and then the people just see me knocking on the watermelons and I'm inspecting them all. And I'm going through the whole pile of watermelons, acting like I'm a watermelon expert, knowing what I'm doing. But honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing. I know a little bit, so apparently, I picked the wrong side, I think. Yeah, it's not the side, but the spot. Apparently, it's good when watermelons have like a yellow, like a dark yellow spot. That means that they're ripe or they had good sun. It's also good if they have those clear stripes. So if you have some darker stripes on here, and if they sound hollow, it's also good. That's what I heard. Like the more hollow they sound, the riper they are. But and I think the lengthy ones are usually more watery. So you should look for really round ones. And that's all I know. Sometimes I'm lucky, sometimes I'm a little less lucky with the pick. You tried beer? Nice. Not promoting it, obviously. Alcohol is not good for you. But was that your first one, Sam? Since you said you tried it. Did you have the Chinese one? I have to say that some Chinese beers really give me a bad headache. The same with baijiu. So baijiu is just liquor, like white liquor. And really a strong Chinese liquor, so don't try that, Sam. Baijiu always gave me a mean headache, so stay away from that stuff. And then some Chinese beers would give me a really mean headache too. I don't know what it is about it, but yeah, couldn't tell you. With your friends from the US, nice. So you had a little bit of a 4th of July party, I assume. That sounds cool. Very sweet. What are you doing? Hi Nash. I don't even know what I'm doing. So first I want to clean my oven, because the last time I had a live stream where I tried to make German pudding pretzels, but the pudding didn't turn out well. So I tried to make pudding pretzels another day without a live stream, because I messed it up the first time. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna practice that. My hair is super fuzzy, by the way, because the humidity here is like 92% today. It's crazy. But yeah, I tried to make the pudding pretzels, to make them not on a live stream, just to make sure they are working out this time. Next time I want to present them to you, so I know what I'm doing. Well, first time didn't work out. The second time, the thing I put in the oven, the tray, I think it's a baking tray, because the oven was so hot, it kind of popped. So it kind of like bent. So the thing that was on it, there's like a little bit of milk on it for like a glaze. And because of the popping, the milk just went everywhere. So it went all over the oven, and then the whole oven started smoking like crazy. And I was so scared that the fire alarm in the whole house would go off. So I turned off the oven, opened the windows, and had to throw it away. Yeah, didn't work out a second time, so now I'm hoping 3 times the charm. The next time will work out. But we'll see. But yeah, that's why I want to clean the oven, so I can bake them maybe tomorrow. But I haven't been super motivated to do that, so now I'm eating my watermelon. How was your bike ride at the beach, Nash? Kind of first one. Previously I've tried very little. Nice. Heineken. Good. Starting with the European beer. I gotcha. It's probably the safer bet. You don't want to have the headache with the first one. Thank you, Gregory. Listen to the watermelon. I think I picked a good one. It's really tasty. It is so heavy. That's by far the heaviest watermelon I ever bought. It's not even the biggest one. It's really big, but it's not the biggest one. But it is so heavy. So I was like, this is either gonna be super watery and flavorless, or really good, and it's really good. But yeah, Sam, back to you. Congratulations on your first beer, but stay away from the alcohol as long as you can. It's not gonna be good on your body and everything, you know. Alcohol is never good, but I mean, who am I to talk? As a university student, I definitely had at least a beer or two, or maybe a few too many. Also, Sam, what age do Russians start drinking? The legal age, and then the real age where people start drinking. So you went from baking to eating a giant watermelon. Makes sense. Exactly. How did the rest of Oscar's walk go? It went well. And yes, that is what I'm currently doing. Just going with the flow, I guess, like my video I did last time. I don't know if you've seen it. It was a, a video about a Chinese philosophy called Wu Wei. So this basically means doing without trying to do. It's like effortless doing, basically. Kind of like going with the flow, you know. I think everyone knows that. So yeah, I didn't feel like cleaning my oven, and I can't bake without cleaning my oven first, so that's kind of like stopping me from baking. Otherwise I would have done it tonight, the baking, but yeah. And the rest of Oscar's walk was really good. We went back to the car, visited a friend on our way back home so she could see Oscar after surgery, because Oscar and her love each other. I call her Oscar's auntie, and he had some treats, or not treats, he had some toys there, so that kept him from itching his wounds. Please guys, stop me from eating the whole watermelon. I already had the first half, so I can't have too much of it. But it's so refreshing. Hi Shuriken. I just saw that you came here by the net messages getting deleted. The Russian legal age is 16 to drink. Okay, so same as Germany. Nice, nice. People start drinking 14, 15. Okay, yeah, I would say it's the same for us. So I think I was already assuming that Russia and Germany would be very similar when it comes to drinking and all those habits. Because I know both countries like to drink. So yeah, I think 14 was also when I started. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 14, 15. And then 16, 17, when it's more like harder liquor, you know, like vodka and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think it's the same like in Russia. Thank you, Shuriken. I hope all is well with you too. Did you guys do anything today? I seen you earlier in Marco's stream. Unfortunately, I only saw it at the end that he was streaming, so I missed the beginning part. Did I miss anything in his stream? And do you guys have any plans for the weekend? Hi Tobi, wie geht's? Willkommen zurück. Oh Marco, du bist ja hier. I can see you now live on our 5-inch 5-inch TV screen. That would be funny. That'd be very a 5-inch screen would be very funny. Especially if you just promoted it like that. I can see you on my 5-inch screen in my living room, you know. Oh, I'm being silly. I had too much sugar. But that's cool. So you're the 1% of the people, because in my YouTube studio I can see where people are watching my YouTube videos or my lives or anything. So it gives me like how many percent of people watch it on the TV or on tablet or phones. And I think it's like 1.5% watching on the TV. So I guess you're one of those 1.5%. Hi G. You're speaking Chinese, 西瓜很甜。是的，很甜。The watermelon is very sweet. I'm glad you're learning your Chinese, Sam. 非常甜的。But I need to stop eating it. You have to use voice dictation. Hi Boja, wie geht's, wie steht's? Seid ihr beide von Marco? Ganzen Deutschen hier. Deutsche Versammlung. Marco, vorhin, als ich die Nationalhymne gehört habe, bin ich kurz nostalgisch geworden. Nicht, dass ich die sonst höre oder so, oder dass ich wie sagt man, patriotisch bin, gar nicht. Aber als ich die Nationalhymne vorhin dann Shorts gehört habe, bin ich ganz kurz, habe ich kurz Heimweh bekommen. Premium entertainment. I know about that. We need to do some watermelon ASMR. Marco likes ASMR. Popcorn. So, have you been watching your Shakira videos, Marco? It's nice that you guys know each other. Boya and Toby. I'm laying on the couch because I felt like shit. I'm sorry, Marco. Are you in pain again? I hope not. Hi, Maria. All is well here. Not much to report. That's good. Sometimes it's, I think we already talked about that, that's sometimes just nice to not report anything, or not, that everything is just going smoothly and nothing special is going on. That's the best days, in my opinion. Last bite. No worries, sure, you can take your time. 5 inches more than me. That's what he said. I had no idea that the TV can do that. You mean the voice did? I said the last bite. Okay, that was the last bite. I'm trying. It's tempting. You mean the voice dictation, Marco? Or that you can watch YouTube on the TV? But I can't moderate since I have no keyboard. Yeah, that's fine. Totally fine. I think we should be good. It's a very chill stream. I didn't put any tags or any how do you say that? Überschrift, Beschreibung into my title, or any usually if you put like a title into your live stream, there will be more people showing up in your stream. But I didn't do that because I was just hoping for a chill live stream, and I'm like not socialed out, but watching Oscar all day just kind of made me a little sleepy. So I'm glad we're like a very small crowd today, so that is very chill, and it's just easier to talk to each other that way. 我在学 Mandarin 普通话 Sam 普通话加油 Jiayou means add oil in Chinese. So that's basically saying, in Germany we say something similar. We say give gas. So give gas basically. And in Chinese it's jiayou, add oil. So it's very similar. Like yo, like petrol, like oil, gas. The same symbol, I think. Yo. Oil. It's the same as for petrol. I'm not sure anymore, but so yeah, just like a cheering on kind of thing. So you just jiayou, jiayou, you know. And you can say that in like sports with like exams. If you're just cheering someone on or wishing them luck, you can say that, or just keep going, you know, that kind of stuff. Couple of minutes. And we're back. Nice. Hi Shuriken, welcome back. Hi, hometown view. That watermelon looks good. It's great on a hot day like today. Oh, for sure. It is so humid today, and I thought the weather's gonna get a little cooler and less humid, but it's not the case. It's just getting hotter and hotter, and we're at like 92% humidity today, I think, which is really insane. So I haven't been really hungry today because of that. So I just ate almost one watermelon today. had a little bit of tea, a slice of pizza that was left from yesterday, and some brownies because the friend I visited made brownies. Yeah, so we had a little bit of brownies too. Very sugary day, so I should probably eat something normal just to cancel the sugar, although that doesn't really work. That reminds me of that one show. There's this show on American TV, I forgot which channel it was. It's called the 1,000-Pound Sisters, and they drink, they're addicted to diet soda, so they're both super heavy. They're like close to 600 pounds or so. And I watched it when I first came to America on the TV, just because when the hubby was in the military, or when he was like working, and I was still waiting on my green card. I was at home a lot, so I just watched TV sometimes to stay busy or entertained. And I watched that show, and it always said, if you drink the sugar, drink the diet. So we'll cancel out the sugar. And I was like, yeah, that's not quite how it works. So they said you should drink a Diet Coke to cancel out the sugar that you eat throughout the day. So yeah, I was like, yeah, great advice. How was your day today, hometown view? Or Jeff? Acting like I don't know you. We're actually friends, so I wish we could have come over today, but with Oscar and his surgery, he's still in recovery mode right now. But yeah, he would have loved to see Albus and you guys. Talking to TV. Oh, you're talking to TV? Nice. Alba put me on the floor. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you're okay. Do you have like something like an emergency button or something if you feel like something's gonna happen, you know, just in case? Not saying it will, just saying to make sure. The watermelon looks lucky. I don't know, since I'm eating it, just gonna, I don't know if it's lucky. I'm trying what I can do, thinking what I can do. I was thinking about doing some crock pot dish with you guys today, but I'm not really in the mood for cooking right now, so I was just like going with the flow kind of today. I'm still doing that. Bro, you miss Beijing so much. I wish that you settle here in your old age. So now, in my old age, yeah, I wish. I don't know if I would want to settle. I wish that I stayed longer when I was there. I wish that I did my master's there after finished my bachelor's. So that's one regret that I have, that I wish I would have just come back there for my master's. But yeah, I was already in America at that time, so that didn't really work anymore, which is okay. It's not good to have regrets in life, right? So you just gotta go with the flow and do whatever is possible from the point where you're at. And actually, I was about to go back to China when I just met my husband. So, I was just graduating university, and I was about to take a break from everything. So I saved up some money, which I used later for my flights to America and blah blah. But originally I had saved up that money to go to China to go to a Kung Fu monastery where they do a lot of like Tai Chi Chuan, like shadow boxing, I think, if you translate it. I love Kung Fu, but you don't have to do the Kung Fu, you can just do like the Tai Chi, and more like the chill aspect of it, you know, like the flowing movement, you know, like the whole, like, you know what I mean. So I wanted to do that for, I think, a month. But yeah, then I met the hubby, and the plans changed, and I was steered into the direction of America. Because originally I never had planned on coming to America or going to America. But yeah, go with the flow. Just go where life takes you. But yeah, I think that would have been actually really cool if I did that, but maybe one day in the future. 92% humidity, did you say? That's crazy. Yep, as my hair tells the story. They're just so frizzy. It is crazy. It's really unbearable outside right now. But you guys must be similar to us. I assume sure can you do a belly dance on my large screen TV like Shakira? I definitely got enough belly at the moment to do a belly dance, but I don't think it would look very pleasant since I'm not a belly dancer. I think my German genes did not equip me with being a good belly dancer. You know, you talked about the stick, having a broomstick up your, as a German. So I don't think I'm that, how do you say that? Like, I think I can dance, but not that good that I would do it in front of a camera, if that makes sense. Even if you don't miss PKU, I'm here to remind you every day and give you nostalgia. I know, and I'm really happy about that, Sam, because as you already figured out, I'm a very nostalgic person. I love dwelling on thoughts or just going back in my thoughts and thinking about like happy moments or just moments I had somewhere. So it's great that you remind me of that. So thank you for being here, Sam. Not just for that, just but that's definitely a bonus. Marco, don't make me put you in timeout because I think I can. Oh yeah, now you can. Now you're not the host anymore, Marco, so beware of the shuriken. He's gonna throw him if he needs to. I have a monitor that can call 911. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Seedless watermelon. By the way, has anyone... So if things... Asking you guys now. If it says seedless grapes, seedless watermelon, seedless anything. If they're seedless, how do those plants reproduce? Or not reproduce, but how... I mean, seeds are the base of their existence, right? So how do seedless watermelons grow other seedless watermelons, or how do they keep growing? Is there just an endless deposit of seedless watermelon seeds that they cannot make other watermelons, or how does that work? I don't understand that, because you need the seeds to grow them, right? So yeah, I'm really curious if anyone knows that, if there's any biologists or does anyone that knows that better than me, please let me know, because I know there was a debate going on about seedless, and I don't know if you have to do GMO for seedless, or if you can just do like the Darwin method and just do the, I think it's Darwin method, right? When you just like change up you take like mutations and then just make that into a new strand of plant, or same thing with animals. If you want to have like a certain magma, a certain future, you just keep breeding that strand that has it with the mutation until you get the whole thing being a mutation, if that makes sense. Hi Mukul, I'm from Germany. Hello to India, but I live in America right now. That's where I'm at. Hi Maxwell. You too, mate. Good to see you. One of the OGs. You're from the OG live stream days when I just started doing live streams, when I was still super shy. I mean, I'm still shy, or an introvert. Not necessarily shy, but not anymore. But still introvert, I guess. but it's definitely much easier after a few live streams. And it's actually fun now. The first ones were also fun, but it was definitely a little more thinking about, oh, what should I say? Can I say this? Should I say this? Kind of thing, you know. And now it's just more natural. It honestly feels like having a FaceTime with friends at this point. So thank you all for being cool and chill. So, but yeah, stay blessed too, my friend. Always good to see you. Life is delicious. Yes, I agree. Watermelons are just the best. Watermelons and cherries. What's everyone's favorite fruit? Do you have a favorite fruit? I'm not a huge fruit person in general. I'm more like a veggie person, but I do like berries and watermelon and jackfruit. So Sam, if you're in China and if you haven't had jackfruit yet, you're missing out. Hi Vegeta. Hi everyone else. I know very, very little of horticulture, I'm afraid. Yeah, me, I wish I would know more. I know a little bit, like if I walk around with you in Germany, I can tell you all trees and plants that I see, like the wild ones, and also the ones that you plant in your garden. And I can tell you a lot of this stuff, but I honestly don't know anything about the whole seedless thing. I just know there was a debate at one point, but I should have looked more into that. No, that's how you eat a watermelon. Yes, ML, I definitely agree. It's just much easier than cutting that whole thing up into pieces. Like, why the effort? It's literally a bowl, and you got a spoon, so eat it like cereal. Without a cereal. It just has as much sugar as cereal, by the way. Eating this. Watermelon is very high in sugar, so it's not the healthiest for you. But it's still a fruit, and it has vitamins, and it keeps you hydrated, so could be worse. I could be eating chocolate. Citrus watermelons are like the Kardashians of fruit, made in a lab, look perfect. I like that, that's a good comparison. I agree. Good point. Yeah, honestly, I wonder, because the watermelons I grew up with as a kid, they had those massive seeds, those really big black seeds that are really kind of annoying when you eat the watermelon. But I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's good that we have seedless watermelon just for, you know, agriculture. Hi Robert, thank you, welcome back. Good to see you. Add a little salt, lime, and lemon. Salt. Oh yeah, I had a feta cheese and onion salad with my sister in Germany. She made it for us. That was really good, actually. That was the first time I ever had that. I was surprised how well it goes with salt and other flavor. But lime and lemon sounds fire for sure. I'm happy that my stream was chill today. It was super chill. I was very surprised, especially on the weekend. Because usually Saturdays you get a lot of troll activity, but I think today is really, really chill. It might be the 4th of July weekend, a lot of people are traveling and not really online right now. I had jackfruit, nice. I had durian too. And how was it? Durian is called die Kotzfrucht in Germany, so the puke fruit, translated, because it has a very distinctive flavor. Not flavor. Flavor is good. I mean, it's also distinctive, but the smell kind of reminds a lot of people of puke smell. So yeah, some people really don't like it. I think there's actually a ban in most subway stations in Asia that you can't bring durian fruit onto the subway because the whole subway will smell like it. Especially since there's like no escape, you know, and it's just like such a small room that you can't bring it onto the train, or you shouldn't. I remember even jackfruit. Jackfruit is not stinky, but it's extremely intense in flavor or smell. And I remember I brought jackfruit from the market onto the subway in Beijing just to take it home with me. And the whole subway smelled like it, and I felt really bad for it, although it smells good, but yeah. I eat apples every day. In a way, maybe that's my favorite fruit, but I like others better in some ways. Peaches, pears, grapes. I understand that. So apple is like a good staple, I guess. It's also very, I would say, compared to many other like fancy fruits, like very affordable, and you can get good quality for a good price, I think. So I think you appreciate a good basic fruit, but then you're excited if you have something like a peach, pears, and grapes, right? As just like something more special eventually. That's usually how I am too. This is like my standard fruit in summer. The watermelon, because it's very affordable and it tastes delicious, and it's just in season. So I usually go with watermelon in summer, but if I'm feeling more fancy and if I'm like, let's lose some money, my wallet is way too heavy right now, I'm gonna buy some cherries or some other berries. But yeah, berries are super expensive. That's why I'm usually not eating them a lot. But I think it's cool that people appreciate apples, because apples are, I don't know, they don't get the appreciation they should get, I feel like. Seedless watermelons cannot reproduce. I just looked it up. Oh, seedless. Oh. So how would they reproduce them? Marco, if I can ask you to look it up, please, and let us know. I would highly appreciate that, because my phone is in the live stream right now and I cannot look that up. So that'd be great. Hi, Mukul. Are you a doctor in the USA? I'm not a doctor. No. I majored in Chinese. I have nothing to do with being a doctor, unfortunately. It would be a really cool job to have here in the USA for sure, and it would be great to be able to help people, but I'm not. Super chat option not in your life? No, I'm not monetized yet, Mukul. I'm close. Right there, but I don't have enough watch hours for it. I have enough subscribers, but I don't have enough people watching my videos to be monetized. Because you need like a certain watch hours to be able to have super chat and so on. It's kind of something you need to unlock. It's like features you need to unlock. So the more you need like a certain amount of subscribers. I think it's like 1,000 subscribers to be able to get any of those features. But it's not just that, you need people to actually watch your videos. And people, as sad as it sounds, but there's not enough people watching my videos, because I probably have to step up the game a little bit for that. But yeah, I just have so much stuff going on, especially now with the dog being sick and all that I don't really have the time to upload videos right now, but I will eventually get back to that once I have more time for it, because I like making videos and it's really fun. Hi, Nicholas. Bought one durian and my wallet started crying. I feel that. Yeah, it's not cheap. Especially you bought the whole thing. Yeah, the whole fruit is definitely expensive. Sam, did you have those big cherries in China? Like, I'm talking about, like, they're like this big. They're definitely probably not healthy for you. They're probably GMO AF, but They are so sweet and tasty. And even strawberries, they're still kind of green and like whitish green colored and don't look ripe at all. They're just super sweet. They're like the delicious strawberries I've ever had. I was like, something's off. This is not supposed to be that way, but it's too delicious to stop eating that. So, but yeah. Hi Niklas, how are you doing? How was your day? How was your 4th of July? Did anyone celebrate? And yeah, I understand with the wallet. I remember the first time I bought cherries here in America. I didn't pay attention on the sign if it says this price per LB or for the bag. So I thought the whole bag was, I think it was really expensive. I think it was like $5.99 or $6.99 per LB, but I thought it was for the whole bag of cherries. So I bought the whole bag of cherries. It was a really big one. And at the checkout, I paid like $19 for cherries. I was like, oops. Oh well. But then when you're already there, you can't tell them, hey, I'm too poor, I can't buy this. So you're like, $19 for cherries? Yeah, why not? You know, you just act confident. You're like, I wanted to buy those for $19. Durians taste better than jackfruit. I know my taste is weird. I mean, I think a lot of people actually like the flavor of durian. Oscar, no, come here, no itching. Come on. You're not supposed to itch. I gotta keep him from itching. Watermelon? Ooh. You like to eat watermelon usually. You don't want any? It's good. Okay. He doesn't want it. I'm being picky today. He ate his soup this morning and he had another portion of soup later. Yeah. I know. You want more soup? Turkey soup? You want soup? Thanks, Nicholas. Appreciate it. And I don't know. I would say Jack is always my all-time favorite. So yeah, Jack is over durian for me personally, but I do like the flavor of durian too. Sorry, I have sticky fingers. But yeah, Oscar is doing great. He has a little like where his cut is, you know, from the surgery. But it's looking good. It's healing. Papaya can be like that. The smell can get wild. It can get really weird. That is true. Papaya was probably the fruit I ate the most, and bananas in China. I would have them often as a dessert. At the cafeteria, they would often have a sliced up papaya, so I'd always get one of those. And sometimes the flavor and the taste, the smell can be really off-putting. I definitely agree. Sometimes they even more, they feel like more savory than sweet. Thanks for not licking the watermelon, Oscar, because then I couldn't eat it anymore. Hi, Tim. Merhaba. Hi, Ali. Wie geht's? Wie geht's dir, Ali? Mir geht's gut. Have a great day. See you later, Maxwell. Take care as well. Bye from Oscar too. Bye. After all, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, so they say. Exactly. An apple a day or a papaya a day, I think it all works the same way, honestly. I don't know about the watermelon. I think one watermelon a day will probably not keep the doctor away because it will probably give you diabetes at one point because it's so much sugar. But yeah, who knows? Durians taste like kissing someone who hasn't brushed in years, but you loved her anyway. You bring up the funniest metaphors. English language, hard language. But that is interesting. Yeah, I guess I can see your point, Sam. That's very funny. I never thought about it that way. Please remember that one. If anyone ever asks you how to describe the flavor of durian, I'll try to remember that one too, because that is actually pretty genius. They are a crossbreed of some other mounds. I was thinking that it's a crossbreed. I just wonder how they just, keep producing this specific line of watermelons, like that breed of watermelon, so to say. Like, how do they make more of it if the seeds don't work? It's kind of crazy. Hi, K90. Yes, I'm in the USA. How about yourself? Can you do a small? You mean ASMR? Yes, I'm using. Thank you, Shuriken. Happy 4th of July. Thank you. Yeah, it's the 5th now, but we had a good 4th of July yesterday. Very chill because Oscar and us had to stay home. Hi, Ali. I am in Tennessee. How about yourself? Tried one, almost proposed to the cherry farmer. You did? Nice. You're reliving all of my happy memories. That is so nice. So cute. Almost proposed to the cherry farmer. I feel you, Sam. I definitely do. I remember going back to the fruit stand the next day and buying another load of cherries. I was like, wow, entiendo, how chida. And they were just like super cute. And my vegetable farmer, he was the sweetest. He was like a very funny guy. He was like a theater actor, so he always wore like a costume, like a suit. He looked like he was like in a mafia or something, but he was really funny too. He always invited himself over to my house and asked me what I'm gonna cook, but obviously I never invited him over. But he just always made jokes about that. I'm sorry to hear that. That is terrible. You'll get over it, as hard as it sounds. At this point, even Xi Jinping would be like, you chill, I didn't approve this much China talk. Sam is funny. Thank you, by the way, Schatz. Abuse. Sam lives in Beijing, I told you, right? There's one living in China right now, in the community. And I'm reliving all my memories. We just talked about the cherries. Remember the big cherries I told you about? Those huge ones? He said he almost proposed to the cherry farmer after trying the first one. I definitely understand that.
Nice.
Uh-oh. It's dark. And we're back. I figured out a technical issue because I can. Don't press anything. You're gonna mess it up again.
I press.
Metaphor. Yes.
What did you say?
Sam said.
Did you say metaphor?
What's that?
Metaphor.
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 Wir sagen Metaphor.
Metaphor.
Metapher in German. We say Metapher.
Metaphor.
Metaphor. Sorry. Can I have a cafe latte? Sorry, I'm not native speaker. I'm not native. You know what I mean. Ihr bringt mich in die Bredouille. You know what that means? Do you say Bredouille?
No. Oscar, you be a bad boy.
Schatz.
What?
Sam says, because I talk about China so much, like in a nostalgic way. Sam says, even Xi Jinping is like, you're chill. I didn't approve that much China talk. So cute. Do I need to call the doctor?
4.
Whatever that was. Wait until she starts speaking German with a southern accent. Oh no. Well, I am from the south in Germany, so some people, or the people where I'm from have a southern German accent, but I don't know how that would sound like speaking German with a southern drawl.
Right.
Howdy, y'all. I'm eating this delicious watermelon right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have the worst southern accent. I'm working on it. I'm telling y'all, in a year or so, I'm gonna be Taco the Trucker. Hi, Guto. Hi, hubby. You're getting highs.
Hello.
He says hello back. Talking about China paid money. We'd be richer than Alibaba by now. I know. If I only invented Alibaba, imagine. Or if I only bought the Bitcoin back then when I was like, this sounds like a really stupid idea, but why not? But I acted like I didn't have those 50 euros to buy a Bitcoin. I'd be really rich now if I did. Oh well. I have little regrets in life, but that's one of them. Not buying Bitcoin. See, it's always funny. He should participate more often. I agree. Yeah. Totally agree. I also told him to, because he's a gamer, and he's not a professional gamer or anything, but he's really good. Like, he could play at a professional level. Like, I always tell him that. I always tell him to start streaming on Twitch or, yeah, even YouTube. I think that would be really fun. And he keeps telling me that I should start streaming games, but that would be ridiculous, first of all, because I'm really bad. The only game I'm kind of decent at is Hearthstone, and it's like a nerd game with cards, you know, Magic the Gathering. Hearthstone is similar to that, but just more, it's just online. It's like no cards that you trade, or not trade, like it's not a card game, like with physical cards. And PUBG, it's like a shooter, but I don't think I would still be good at that because I haven't played in forever. And I only won a few chicken dinners in my life, so I don't think I would be good enough to stream that. But it would be fun. And I'll stop eating the watermelon now. $50 is too much for a student anyway. When you are surrounded by cherries and Chinese food, who invests the money? Don't worry. Very true. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, wow, for 50 euros, I can buy so much food here. Buying food and going outside to buy food. This is so bright. I hate the ceiling light, by the way. Going outside to buy food at a restaurant was much cheaper than cooking it myself, by the way. That's how affordable the food was back then. I don't know how affordable it is right now, Sam. The prices might have changed, I would assume. So do you think China is pretty affordable to live right now, Sam? What's your experience? And also, what bottled water do you like to drink there? Is it the good old Nong Fu Shui, the one with the red cap and the green tree? That was the basic for me. I would even brush my teeth with that because I didn't trust the tap water because so many people in my house got sick. Meg makes some little videos of her gaming, but they're mainly just to show me things that happen when I'm not watching. Oh, that's so cute. I think I would like that too if he did that. Even if we just streamed and I just rewatched it later or something, you know. It's very sweet that she does that. Last gaming console I could really play was Sega Genesis. He would probably know that. Schatzi,
So,
do you know Sega Genesis?
yeah.
He knows it. But yeah, I don't play much. I play just occasionally, or Sea of Thieves, stuff like that. Something really chill. It's like a pirate game where you have a ship. And when my husband and I still had long-term long distance relationship, Germany, USA, we would meet in Sea of Thieves. It's like like a pirate world. Imagine Pirates of the Caribbean, but kind of like cartoonish. And you would just hang out on a ship and you would be pirates together. So it's like hanging out in the Caribbean together, but online, obviously, not in real life. But it was just like, it kind of just gave us the opportunity to hang out together, but with our virtual selves, if that makes sense. But yeah, it was kind of cute. So I'm definitely a fan of the game because of that. Quite affordable compared to Moscow. We drink Watson's. Oh, okay, Watson's. Yeah, I like that better. It was just more expensive from what I remember. So in Russia, you lived in Moscow before, Sam, I assume? Hi, Sanjay. I had Super Nintendo, loved to play Super Mario Bros, Donkey Kong, FIFA, nice. I think I played that FIFA. It might be like a little bit of a later version, a couple years, but I remember playing like a super old FIFA back then with my best friend, because we didn't have any consoles. I came from a family, I don't come from an academic family at all, just worker family, but my dad kind of didn't like TV and video games, phones, anything like that. So my dad was just like kind of like artsy and very like much into reading. So he would always make me read books. So I became like a really big bookworm from an early age. And I was a lot into nature and being outside and stuff and not watching TV. So we didn't have any video games, anything entertainment like this. Which looking back, I think I really appreciated that. But back then I was like, why can't I have the consoles? Why can't I have those games or play on my phone or a Nintendo, blah, blah. But when I went to friends, obviously, we played the games, you know. That was like very special for me if someone had that, or if people had Coca-Cola at home. Because, yeah, like I said, my dad was a chef, so we weren't allowed to drink sugary drinks, go to McDonald's, anything like that. So whenever I was with friends, I was taking advantage of that, you know, like doing the cool stuff, drinking Coca-Cola and those things, and playing Nintendo with them. So yeah, good old days. Sega Genesis came out in the 90s. Well, he still knows it, even though he's a little bit younger than I mean, he was born in the 90s, but I know Shuriken, we are getting old. Guys, I'm not old. It's just, I think people still have all those old consoles. Sometimes they even buy them from like vintage stores and play those older games. Moscow, nice. How did you like living in Moscow, Sam? You're probably allowed to talk about that, hopefully. I don't know. When I lived in China, I mean, you're talking about Moscow, not China. So when I was in China, some things you weren't really allowed to talk about. Beijing is like, give me your money. Oh yeah, there's so many things to do there, and it's just a blast, especially as a foreigner. It just feels special, you know. And if you're into history and all like temples and gardens and tea ceremonies, it's just paradise, basically. I mean, it has its downsides, don't get me wrong. I mean, you're probably aware of that too. But every country has, right? Hi, Joan. How are you doing? Moscow is like, give me your soul too. Quite lucky to have a dad as a chef. My dad can't even boil water. Yeah, I'm 100% lucky that I grew up with a chef as a dad, for sure. It has a flip side though, because if you have someone cooking for you your entire life and bringing home food from the restaurant afterwards, you are never forced to cook yourself and to learn it, right? I did watch him a lot as a kid, but until I was 18, I couldn't even make a pancake without burning it. That's how spoiled I was when it came to not having to cook anything in the kitchen, because he was always preparing something for us. Even as a as a widowed parent later on, he was still able to always cook for us for some reason. I don't know how he did that. Just a cool guy, I guess. But yeah, he was always preparing food for us. So I never had to cook until I actually moved out with 18. And then I was like, oh shoot, who's gonna cook for me now? And then I had to learn to cook myself, and I really burned like every single thing I made. It was terrible. It didn't taste good. And then I really forced myself to get into it, and I was really passionate about it. And then it just, was so much fun to learn it, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm glad that I moved out kind of early just to learn cooking, because otherwise I would have never learned it. I used to play with my childhood friends, so good memories. Nice, same. Childhood memories are the best, especially just getting nostalgic about something. I love that. And Sam, since you're in China and the food is so easily available, I don't think it's a big issue that he can cook. Maybe you can learn to cook, and then you can cook for him. We can talk about Moscow. I can't see what you did. That smile before saying, I hope you're allowed to talk about Russia. Well, yeah. I remember. I'm just trying to be careful, because it is different to live in a communist country than living in a democratic country. But internet and using internet, all that fun stuff. And I remember when I was living abroad, and back then my ex-boyfriend always asking me questions about China. He's like, how can you just talk about it so positively? This and this must really frustrate you. Like, why don't you just talk about this more rational, or why don't you just criticize this more and like tell me your real thoughts about it? And I remember reading that, like, while I was in China and he was back in Europe, and I was like, dude, like, I couldn't. It was the weirdest thing ever, because you can't say, hey, I have a slightly different opinion than I'm voicing to you right now, but I can't tell you my real opinion about this certain topic right now, because they can't literally read what I'm texting you right now. Because I had classmates that were WeChat. I know, Sam, you probably have WeChat. It's like a Chinese version of WhatsApp. So some of them that did talk very openly about what they didn't like so much, WeChat blocked them, so they couldn't use the app anymore and stuff like that. So I was like, I didn't want that to happen to me. Obviously, I want to stay in communication with my friends and family. So I was like, I knew what I can say and what I cannot say, and how I had to say it. So yeah, when people ask me, like, what's your opinion on this, and just tell me your real opinion, I was like, just shut up. I can't talk about it. Just can you just understand that I cannot say that right now? So I really got into really bad fights sometimes with people, because they wouldn't understand that I cannot even tell them that I can't say that. It was really hard to explain that, or without explaining it, if that makes sense. Sega and NES are still awesome, and I both still have our old Nintendo consoles, and about 10 years ago we actually each replaced the cartridge readers so they would work better. Oh, nice. I didn't know that you can just replace it like that. Very cool. I have or my husband has a friend too that plays the old Nintendo consoles, and they play together sometimes. But yeah, I'm not good with those games, so I'm not too nostalgic about it. But I'm always jealous when people are, when they they can get back into the zone and play the games and just have fun with that. But if I'm gaming, I'm more of like a shooter kind of game person, that I enjoy the game. So the old Nintendo games don't really bring me that much joy anymore, but it's awesome if they do for you. That sounds like so much fun. I wish I had that. Hi Alex. Every day in Moscow feels like a fashion show with frostbite. Frostbite by Dongcheng is kinda simpler. Yeah. It can be fashiony in Beijing too, I would say. Especially Peking University a little bit. Although a lot of people are more focused on studies, like really hardcore into studying, and because it is hard to get into it and you want to finish it and you want to be good, obviously, because you have very high career aspirations if you go there, I guess, except for me. But usually people would make use of going there and doing something with their lives afterwards. So the fashion was really low-key there too, so I really enjoyed that. But there's definitely some areas in Peking where fashion is a big thing. When you go to Soho, you know, or into clubs in the evening, it's definitely a little bit more elevated, where the richer folks live. But yeah, I think fashion in China is really interesting. One thing that really caught me off guard a little bit was how short the skirts are that the girls wear there. Not trying to judge them or anything, like they look good, but I was just not expecting to see so many short clothes, if that makes sense. I don't even know why I didn't expect that, you know, but I was just caught off guard a little bit. And I was surprised that all the guys were carrying the girls' handbags. Do you see that still, Sam? Is it still a thing, or is emancipation a bigger thing now? Good morning, Alex. Hello again, Nicholas. Thank you. Good night, Marco. Have a good night, and I hope Angela's back soon and you'll have her company back, and I hope you're feeling a little bit better. And see you next time, Marco. Thanks for your chill live stream earlier. Why was your ex so much into you talking bad about China? That's like a whole story. I'm not trying to get too much into detail, just in case he's watching the live stream, which I highly doubt. But you never know. If we feel something bad, we respect that, because every country has some bad and good. Thank you, Sam. One reason he's called an ex-boyfriend, because he didn't understand that there's cultural differences and political differences, and how to take yourself back a little bit and respect the other person's situation a little bit. And, you know, because I was there for studying and, you know, finishing that. So that definitely was a little annoying. He just always said that he hated the country and how I like it. And even when he was there to visit me, I thought we had an awesome time. Like, I loved it. I was like so excited just to show the person all the places I liked, to go to all the cool, not sightseeing, but like spots, you know, just the things that I discovered while I was there. I was like so hyped to show it. And then I remember when the person was back home, talking to all friends, like, oh, China sucked, just sucked, I would never go back, so glad I'm back home. I'm like, I'm okay, like, it's really not that bad. I just didn't understand it. And just having that clash of the person not being open-minded about other countries at all, or just enjoying something that's a little bit out of the comfort zone or different, did just not match with me at all. So yeah, that was just too much detail, but oversharing is my strength. I can pick up NES or Sega after not having played for years and go right back into it. Nice, but I never got the hang of any newer consoles. Okay, so you're the nostalgia gamer. I'm more of the newer pew-pew gamers, I guess. Do I have a nostalgia game? I'm thinking. I have one nostalgia game, actually. It's kind of cringe. It's Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Switch, because I remember when the first time we went to Italy with my dad after my mom passed away, that was our first vacation together, just my dad and us girls, like my sister and I. And I remember, just because we were so sad, my sister's best friend gave her Nintendo Switch, like the old Nintendo Switch, the little flippy one. And it was Animal Crossing. I still remember it. It was just like a nostalgia game for me, because that just, it had like this calming effect, I guess. And I still play Animal Crossing sometimes, just for the cozy factor. But other than that, I don't really have a nostalgia game, unfortunately. It's ridiculous that some folks couldn't understand that you couldn't criticize China. Yeah, especially while living there, it's just way too risky to do that. I had a classmate, and he wrote a paper during university time there at Peking University. He wrote a paper about, I don't even remember what it was. He didn't officially criticize it, but he wrote a paper about like a case of a journalist, I think it was, that got into trouble with China, and he kind of rolled up the whole topic, or he got into that whole topic and brought it up in his paper, and he actually got banned from entering the country ever again. So he had to go to jail for a little bit. Just for writing that in university. He didn't even like publish that like publicly, you know, it was just for the teacher. And but I guess it got uploaded in some like system to prove it or check it for duplicates or plagiarism. So I guess that's how they kind of find out, I guess. But yeah, he China said bye-bye to him. But yeah, that's enough about that. I'm not trying to, you know, get you in any trouble, Sam. Girls don't even talk to me. I have to learn my Mandarin and up my game a little. I guess you gotta learn your Mandarin a little bit, Sam. Unless they learn English for you, although they usually speak English. But yeah, when it comes to like getting to know someone, getting into a relationship, even that kind of stuff, they would probably definitely enjoy it if you spoke their language a little bit. So maybe that's a good incentive for you to learn it. Sam, you're in good hands. Amy is a famous psychologist. Yeah. Keep making fun of me. I'm not a psychologist. I just like talking about that kind of stuff. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm a very nostalgic person in general, hugely so. Nice. Nostalgic people will gathered here. I love that. I just like being nostalgic. It's just, you know, happy memories are just so precious, and I feel like it's just kind of like a superpower to tune them back on, or just like go back to your happy memories and rewatch them like a movie. Thank you, Freddie. Hi. Sounds like a German name, but I might be wrong. You're nostalgic too, Guto? Nice. Not a nostalgic person. Even if I go to India or Pakistan or some other countries, I never say it sucked, because I respect the culture and their way of living. Exactly, right? There's always something that you can enjoy about the country, like even if it's just the food or that one trip to the summer palace that you did, because, or the Great Wall. Like, you're telling me the Great Wall of China sucked? Yeah, I should have been like right after that, you know, but I was still hopeful. Oh well, the things you learn later on in life. Yeah, exactly, Sam. I'm definitely on your side. Like, I don't remember going anywhere in the world and thinking that this place sucked, except for Stuttgart in Germany. But yeah, other than that, places have always something good about them. At least something. Amy's legend. I don't know about that. Thank you, Sam. Welcome to the community, Freddie. I think it's a generational thing. Do you mind me asking what you are? I'm about to be 41. Subtract. subtract. I think that's like yeah, subtraction. And I'm still so bad with math terms in English. 10 years. Sure can, I think so. No problem. I'm 44. I love the 80s and the 90s stuff. Nice. So you both are same age range. I have a good friend. He's the same age, but I don't know if he ever played Nintendo. I don't think he was a Nintendo person at all. We never talked about it or told me about it, or I never asked him. But he's a really good friend of mine. He and like we have like a little friend group going on, and we did play the D&D together recently, and that was really fun. The 80s and 90s were a great time. I really wish I would have experienced the 80s. I think that would have been so much fun. I did experience the 90s a little bit, but I was way too young to even remember that. So it was more the 2010s that I really remember well. Everything before that, just kind of, barely. But yeah, I just wish I think the 80s would have been so fun, especially being like in your 20s in the 80s. Imagine that. I think that would have been great. But yeah, people are setting off a bunch of fireworks again. Oh no, poor cats. It was Artemis that is a little scared of the fireworks, right? That lady. Yeah, I hear it too, now that you say it. I can hear it in the background. I think because I heard it all day yesterday, I didn't really acknowledge it anymore. Now that you say it, I hear it. But yeah, people are probably trying to get rid of the fireworks that they still have left. I was so German yesterday, by the way. My husband had like a few fireworks left that he went to shoot, and I was so scared. Like, I don't like them. I don't like shooting fireworks, and I don't like making animals scared. So I was like super German. I was like, no, we're not firing them. They're too loud. It's too dangerous. What if something happens? What if you like blow off your hands? I was just like, did you read the safety instructions on them? Are they still good, or are they expired? Or it's just like super annoying. He's like, wow, it's so much fun to do those kind of things with you, but that's just my Germanness. I'm like, this is the regulations. We have to abide those. We have to follow those instructions. Where's our fire extinguisher? I'm just exaggerating now, but that kind of, that's me. I don't know about that, Iman. I haven't been to the gym in a while. I definitely, today I was talking to my husband about us having to go back to the gym just because I just want to feel fitter again, I just want to get back into the routine because I have been really slacking. And I used to be a really fit person. I used to go to the gym every single day. I used to do ballet after the gym. I was just out and about. I would go on hikes every day. And America made me, not America, I have to take responsibility for that myself. But I'll say it real quick. America made me really lazy, but I myself is responsible for that. So getting back into routine is definitely my goal for next month, or this month in July. But it's so hot, and I don't want to. Artemis is in her bunker. Oh, poor girl, and lady is deaf, so not bothered. I guess she's happy. We say Glück und Unglück. Lucky being unlucky, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm so sorry for Artemis. I went gym last time, last breath. Yeah, that's how I feel like. I feel like I went to the gym somewhere in my past life, so I don't even remember the last time I went. Yes, we haven't been in a while. We even laughed about it. I was like, remember how we went to the gym at 3 in the morning, how we thought we were really getting into the routine and how we're gonna get really fit again? And then we both burst into laughter. That was just such a far thought. I was like, I remember being that person or having that thought, but that's in the past, baby. That's not happening anymore. I'm not American, I'm German. Yeah, Nicholas, we like you too, obviously. You are our sweetheart too, Nicholas.
These silly little things.
Those are not for the laundry machine, that's a dishwasher pad.
Those are dishwasher pads.
So Harvey almost put dishwasher pads into the washing machine. I wonder what would happen. I just know if you would put the washing machine pads into the dishwasher, that would be a catastrophe because the whole place would be foamy.
It's not over-exaggerating.
It is. A friend of mine did that once and the whole laundry room was underwater. Gym is 10%, workout 9% convincing not to leave after stretching. That is so true, Sam. You're a genius. Did you hear that?
No.
Gym is 10% workout and 90% convincing not to leave after the stretching.
I don't get it.
Oh, you don't get that?
No.
That is very true. I have no tolerance for spammers. I can see that. That's okay. You make the rules. I'm sure I give you all free reign. You know that. All my mods. Oh, Sam, by the way, do you want to be a mod? Just in case Shuriken is out of town or out of YouTube or Marco is sleeping. Funny hasn't been here in a while. So Shuriken gets a little help at the front. Like done. Thank you, Jacob. Welcome back. Good morning to India. Only if you want to. You don't have to, obviously. That's your... It is my husband. Luckily, I'm glad it was my husband and not some stranger guy behind me. So that would have been a little bit scary if it wasn't. Yeah, if you just told me, hey, who's that guy behind you? But yeah, just the hubbers. Don't laugh at me or smile at me, you watermelon, you tempting little thing. I can't eat no more. I'm gonna get a sugar crush, not crush. I have a sugar crush already, that's already done. I am so addicted to sugar, so the sugar crush is definitely real. Yeah, that is the husband, yes. I'm doing good, how about yourself, Jacob? I wanted to... privilege to moderation. You guys are silly. Let me see. Haven't done that in a while.
Hey, do you want any clothes for church tomorrow, Wash?
I'll do another load after that.
Huh?
I'll do another load after this.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm gonna do that in a second. Moderator, you should be blue now. So if you want to be a moderator, you need to be a good person. You have a good heart. You have to have integrity. I'm reading the job description right now. You need to have tolerance, but not too much. You need to have wit and humor. So Sam, you just proved yourself today. So welcome to the blue crew. Hey, that rhymes, blue crew. Am I not witty? I'm kidding, I'm not. It's being silly, I had too much sugar today, don't take me serious. I mean, how do you guess watermelon is my favorite fruit? Nice, Scuto, same. Watermelon is one of my favorite fruits too. Watermelon and cherries, I have to mention that because I do love my cherries. Also, look at this ridiculous thing here. So apparently, for everyone that's American, you will know Sonic. It's like a fast food chain. Sam, I don't know if you know Sonic or anyone not from America, but Sonic has like, my husband is a huge dill pickle or pickle fan in general. So Sonic had a menu that it's called Big Dill menu, I think. So they had a slushie, like a boba tea slushie with pickle juice. I videoed that a little bit for you guys when I tried that. Ugh, disgusting. And they gave us this little car hanger, like a smelly thing with dill pickle smell. No thanks. So if anyone wants this, let me know. I'll send it right to you. Hi, Rest. He's sitting next to me again, even though he's not supposed to be here as usual. You and C should work something out for when someone asks about the guy in the background. Does he have a hockey? No, he doesn't, but that'd be funny. That's a really good idea. Just having like a live stream. And obviously all you OGs will know. Like all my friends here will know about him, who he is, but everyone knew. We just act like we don't see anything. And I just keep talking and I just have him like lure in the background, you know, just peek a little bit with his Michael Myers mask, his Halloween mask. That'd be interesting to see the reactions. People be like, there's someone behind you. And I'm like, I would see that in the camera, just kind of like, I don't want to gaslight them, that's bad. I don't want to make them think they're crazy. But it would be funny. What am my favorite food? Good. Oh. Yay, Sam, welcome to the crew. I'm glad it worked. Sam and I love passion fruit as well. Passion fruit is great. I love passion fruit. It's so expensive though for what it is. Just like you get this little scoop and you're like, you know, like an oyster kind of, like that slurp. And then it's gone. But it's delicious. Like putting that in a smoothie or on top of something, you know, for the flavor. It's definitely delish. Hi, Augustine. Welcome. Hi, Validity. Welcome back. Sonic has the best mozzarella sticks. I've never tried them. I like the Sonic Blast. So, hot question. All my American friends here. Is it Dairy Queen for you or Sonic? So, Dairy Queen Blizzard or Sonic Blast? For me, it's Sonic Blast, but my husband thinks I'm crazy. He says Dairy Queen will always win. But I don't think... Dairy Queen is very mid to me. I feel like... Yeah, no. Dairy Queen is just very watery and icy, like ice crystal-y. Finally got promoted. Yay, welcome. Get you're hired, Sam. Ich liebe deinen Akzent. Danke, Validity. I appreciate that. Good old German accent, huh? Maybe around Halloween time you could work on a little inside joke. I'll try. That's a good idea. That would be epic. I'll try to work something out. And I think if he has a mask on, he'll be less shy to be in the stream too. So maybe we'll get more husband action then. Show us the pet cat. Are you a pet cat or are you a feral cat or a wild cat? For the community. Shanti, you're so fine. Brav. Can you hear that bird? I finally figured out why he likes being up here and when he likes being up here. It's when I have the dishwasher setting on steam. It gets so hot on the kitchen counter that he likes to sit on the hot kitchen counter. He's just a cozy boy. He likes his comfort, or his comf as I call it. So yeah, I figured out why he likes being up here. But an adorable little guy. Let me show you how little this guy is. So that's me. I don't know if it comes off like this now, but this cat is not very little. Let me pick him up. Are you little? Fireworks. That was a loud one. Oh, Rusty. Watermelon. Oh, I look pregnant. I'm not. Just the watermelon. That'd be a good prank too, to put the watermelon under my shirt. Be like, surprise. Hi Gary. Let me catch up real quick. Sorry, I was distracted by Rusty. Dairy Queen and Sonic are both mid. I take Culver's any day. I've never had Culver's. Okay, so what do I have to get at Culver's? Ice cream? Like what do they have? Kind of like the Wendy's one? Passion for the sweet sometimes, but messy always. Yes, messy and just expensive, but delicious. So the flavor never disappoints. Hi Meow, look at the buddy. Yes, he's sweetie. Reminds me of my black cat, Megatron. Megatron, I love that name. He should be called Megatron because he's massive. I love that name. I tell my husband about that. Megatron is a great cat name. I agree. He's seriously identical to my cat. Even has the same missing hairs by his ears. Really? Nice. That's loud. It got me really scared a couple days before the 4th of July because I completely forgot that 4th of July is even happening. So I was like, oh no, it's happening, guys. It's the apocalypse. So, and then the husband was like, you're aware that this is just fireworks, right? I was like, oh, thank God, okay. I wasn't sure. I was like, oh no, it's happening. It's like, I don't have my emergency backpack ready. Where's my army boots, you know, because my husband, he got me like a full equipment of like a full army outfit just in case something would ever happen and we'd have to leave. So I have my camouflage outfit, so, you know, everything like that. He just loves that kind of stuff, so I was like, okay, whatever. But then I was like, okay, it's 4th of July, that's good. That calmed me down. He is seriously identified. Oh, yeah, I read that. Megatron still has his balls though. Yeah, Rusty wishes he could say the same, but he can't. And same for my dog now. My dog used to have his, but one of them got a tumor, so we had to remove that recently. You've probably seen my post eventually. I don't know if you did, but yeah, our dog had a surgery. Rusty the House Panther. Yes, exactly. He is my little big house panther. He's like something in between. He's definitely not a panther because a panther would have to hunt for his food. And Rusty, he can hunt for his food. So he's a very lazy cat. So what he's doing here is him 99% of the time just chilling. I know, I'm just talking good things about you. I'm gonna tell them about your Mission Impossible skills, okay? So we were at a point where, because he overeats chronically, so he's like an overeater. He loves food, as you can probably see a little bit. And he would get into all cabinets. He would learn to open them. He would learn how to unscrew something. He would bite through something, like containers. So we're like, okay, let's put the cat food into the bathroom. So we put the cat food onto the bathroom shelf, the top shelf, and there's no way you can possibly get up there. It's really high. My little cat gets scared of the fireworks. Wow, now that I'm here, they stop. Really? I thought I could show you. Lame. You don't even have one more? A little one. Did you see it? What's that? It's like a new kind of fireworks, I feel like. It's like a flickering thing, like the whole sky is like flickers. It's kind of makes you feel like you're on something, like you just took something that you're not supposed to take. It's like a really weird firework. But I saw a lot of those yesterday. But yeah, back to my story, I'm sorry. So Rusty turns into a Mission Impossible. He turns into Tom Cruise, and he just like climbs up the top shelf in the bathroom to get that thing off. So he can definitely work for his food, so to say. And when I have to-go bags, just in case. Nice, that's smart. I think it's actually a really good idea because honestly, you never know in this crazy world, right? Frozen custard, butter burger, and I personally love their cod sandwich. Call me crazy, but I think when you go to McDonald's, McFish is probably the best thing to get there. My friends always make fun of me that I like McFish because they're like, who likes McFish? But the cod sandwich, that sounds delicious. I kind of want to try that. Schatz, did you ever have Culver's?
Have what?
Culver's.
No.
Because Validity has a good taste like me and says that Dairy Queen is very mid. And that we need to try Culver's.
Oh, Culver's.
Culver's, same thing. Tomato. Frozen custard, and we need to try the butter burger and the cod sandwich. Butter burger sounds like something very illegal, like that should not be allowed, but it sounds
I think, yeah, you would really like
indulgent. I would like Culver's.
Yeah, it's a lot of cheese and butter.
Butter. As a German, I do like my butter, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Butterbrot, butter bread. He's not lazy, he's just energy efficient. I like that. I should put a tag on him, energy efficient, A+. You know, like things have like A rating, B, C, D. I think it goes all the way to F and G. I don't know if things like that still are sold or produced, but I need to clean the kitchen. And then do my laundry and call it a night, I think. Light. Hi. I cannot pronounce the name, I think. Sometimes people have those names because if you pronounce them fully, it's you say something bad or something silly. So I usually stay away from that. Rusty works night shift, let him sleep. Maybe he does, maybe I don't know. But he definitely does work night shift trying to get his food out of the container. I missed it again. Shoot. No, too late. Yeah, people are still shooting. I feel like it's still 4th of July. Still ongoing. Rusty. Is it your feeding time? Let's be rational. Is it your feeding time? No, it's not. Are you in dire need of some extra food? Looking at your fupa? I don't think you are. Uh-huh. That was a beautiful meow, Sismus. Mm-hmm. Those kids. I swear. Missing out all those fireworks. What? Christ. I love when my little cat meows, and she's getting so, like, she meows a lot sometimes, and sometimes she just keeps meowing until she gets annoyed by herself and she just starts yawning while she meows. Rusty, do you work night shift? Do you work? No answer. Hi, Wafa. Mr. C and Mr. O make a great comedy duo. You should watch the replay of this part. I should. Yeah, I didn't. I just looked at Mr. O, but not at the Mr. C. I will probably rewatch that. Mr. Oscar Schumacher wants to see what you're doing. I like how you give Oscar like the most German last names. Even though Oscar is a Tennessee boy, even though his mommy is German, he's still. Oh, let me tell you the story about that string. So when we adopted Moose and Rusty at the vet, at the shelter, my husband, like a day or two later, my husband, you know how jogging pants have those strings in them and sometimes they just come out when the laundry just messes it up. So he pulled it out and she was super excited about it. So she thought it was a toy. So she caught it, and from that moment on, it was her toy. So kind of like in Harry Potter when Dobby gets a sock, you know, kind of like, here, you accept it. This is a piece of clothing. This is yours. So since that moment when she got that string, she keeps that string with her at all times. Like she sits on it, so you couldn't even pull it. I can show you. Like she'll hold on to it because it's hers. Like that string is so like dear to her. It's like her like teddy bear. And she will always have that string. She'll take it to bed when she goes to bed in the evening. She'll take the string with her, and it's always where she's at. It's funny. And I remember when we moved from our house to the apartment, it was gone for a while, but I packed it into a box, and then I found it months later, and she was so excited to see that string again. I like that name. That's a strange name. Hi, welcome. Sorry that I can't pronounce your name. Tell the dishes to wash themselves. It's 2025. They should be evolved by now, right? Yeah, how do we not have something like that? I mean, we have a dishwasher, I guess, but you still gotta put them in. Putting them in is not even a big deal. It's just putting them out, like, ugh, so annoying. And sometimes she just plays with a string by herself. Don't mind that mess back there. I have to repot my plants, but the motivation was lacking a little bit. So the thought was there, the pots are here. Now we're just waiting on my part of the repotting process. You want to play jump rope with Rusty? Rusty, you want to play jump rope with us? So you lose a few pounds, maybe? That'd be funny if you would actually do that. Anyone seen Squid Game? The jump rope is one of the games. And it's a scary version of jump rope. And yes, I agree with the dishes. That would be great if they could. Kitty, I guess your brain cells just froze for a sec. You had to reread so you can comment. Oh, well, maybe. That does happen sometimes. It was her first material session. Yes. Yeah, we adopted her when she was still she was adopted in the shelter when she was a little kitten. She was like 6-7 weeks old, that's what they said. And she was in the shelter for very long. So Rusty and her were actually the cats that were at the shelter the longest. That's why we adopted those two, because we just said give us the two that were here the longest time so they can finally get out of here. And it so happened that it was Susie and Rusty. And yeah, she basically grew up in the shelter. She reached 6-7 months before we got her. So yeah, she was in there her entire life basically before she got adopted. Yeah, and that was her first present. I'm so sorry that's what you got from us. It looks really poor, but we did get her toys too, but the toys would never get her interest as much as the string. The string is just, yeah, we have to bury the string with her if it ever comes to that. And she likes playing jump rope with me. So she holds it and we just do that. And she plays fetch, I can show you. Okay. It's the first cat I ever had that plays fetch. My dog doesn't play fetch, but my cat does. Fetch. Come, bring it. Bring it. Bring the string. Oh, okay. One time worked. Nicholas. Thank you, Shuriken. I know you only mean it in a nice way, sweetheart. I almost called you sweetheart at that point. Nicholas. Still need to watch Squid Games. I'm not gonna spoil you, you're right. So yeah, it's just you probably know that the name is Squid Games, so there's like games in the show, so but they're little scary games for sure. It's not fun games. I'm excited to hear from you, Shuriken, what you'll think of the show, if you actually like it or not. It's it's very hyped. It lives up to the hype, I think, but I feel like the third season is kind of unnecessary, to be honest. Rusty should have fitness TikTok channel by now. He should, like a transformation channel, you know, where he's like showing us. I'll show you. This is funny. Hey, Chat. Cozy? Are you playing with us? You want some steam? Careful, it's gonna be warm. Too warm? I thought it would be nice for him to have some steam from the dishwasher. I guess it was a little too hot. Guess that's how I get him off the kitchen counter. How did a kitty like her sit in the shelter for so long? That is a very good question. I think Rusty was probably too big for most people. He was, when we first saw him, I was a little scared of him too. Just his paws are just so big, and I didn't know if he was friendly, but I was like, just give him to us, it's fine, we'll figure it out. And then he just turned out to be the biggest sweetheart ever. He would never in a million years scratch anyone. But yeah, I totally agree. Same with Susie, or Moose, as I call her. Before I start Squid Games, though, I need to watch the doc about the poop cruise. It was definitely funny, or very wild. So many things where I was like, how is that possible? How did that happen? It just definitely, I never really want to go on a cruise because cruise ships are the worst environmental polluters ever when it comes to traffic or forms of transportation, so I don't want to support that. But apart from that, I was like, okay, I definitely know why I never let anyone tell me to go on a cruise, or not force, but convince me to go on a cruise. Because seeing how long it took for them to get rescued, or basically not getting rescued at all, they basically had to figure it out, was really crazy to see that there's nothing that people will do for you to get you out of the situation. So yeah, it definitely didn't increase the urge to go onto a cruise for me. Has anyone ever been on a cruise? And I'm not going to judge you based on what I just said, that it's like an environmental polluter. Most people don't even know or think about it, or it's not public knowledge or anything. Like, they don't tell you, like, hey, by the way, this is really bad for the environment. So I don't blame anyone for going on a cruise. Just saying for myself, it would just not be something I would consider doing. But I'd just be interested to hear if anyone was on a cruise and like that. The only times I was on a big ship like that, and not like that, but like a bigger ship, was when I went on a ferry, like a car ferry, to go from, in Europe, you know, there's a lot of islands in Europe, so there's car ferries that you would take, for example, in the North Sea. If you want to go to an island, you will have to take a ferry. If you want to take your car with you because we had like an old Volkswagen or VW bus, like one of those camping buses where you can sleep in the roof as a family. So we would always take our camping bus. But yeah, the poop cruise documentary is definitely interesting. It didn't crack me up as much as it did with Marco. I think I just the whole like poop humor is just not my sense of humor, but it was definitely still very entertaining and just crazy to see. Just yeah, definitely worth a watch, I would say. I had tuna sandwich some days back, just staying out of topic, because isn't it weird? You had a tuna sandwich some days back. Didn't you say that you love not tuna sandwiches, you love sandwiches, that you're like addicted to sandwiches, which I totally get because I love sandwiches too, or just bread in general. Cruise, I'm barely fighting my broken. Yep, same. That's why I wouldn't say that's the reason why I've never been on a cruise, because it's expensive, but yeah, I just never had the interest. I would rather go on a road trip or something before I would go on a cruise, even if I had the money for it. I went on a cruise, but I think in America here it's just way more popular to go on cruises. Just I'm saying that real quick. I went on a cruise a long time ago. I remember it fairly well for a little kid. It was pretty fun. I can see that it did look like a lot of fun, like activities, especially when you're a kid or older, like retirement age. I feel like in between you really have to like drinking a lot and small talking or getting to know people. So that'd be like an introvert's nightmare to be stuck on a ship with so many people that you have to talk to or bump into all the time, and you can't just get out of there and do your own thing. So yeah, but as a kid, it sounds definitely like a lot of fun. I could definitely imagine that I would have liked it as a kid too. Like Marco, I love poop humor. He told me, oh, but the dog before you got there earlier. It sounds amazing. It was good. It was entertaining. I watched it with my friends last weekend. I was looking for something to watch because we couldn't watch the Squid Games because the husband wasn't there. So we had to watch the Squid Game a day later. So we had to watch something else instead. So we watched the Poop Cruise instead, and it was a good choice. Plus, I got to a cruise standing near a pond. Yeah, for me, it was the car ferry, so it's definitely not very comparable to a cruise either, or being in a kayak, I guess. But yeah, hi Joshi, welcome back. Good to see you. And he's back. Hi, Shats. Thanks for the hearts, everyone. I think, sorry, Shuriken, that you have to ban people still. Thank you, Joshi, appreciate it. I'm gonna call the night, I think, so you guys don't have to keep moderating too, so you can enjoy your evening. Really appreciate you moderating, and thank you, Sam, for being a new moderator too and joining the crew. Really appreciate it, and sure, I can always appreciate your work, of course, your support. Yeah, having Shuriken as a moderator is definitely, Oscar, a privilege, so that's great. People always drop in. Very, yeah. Okay, it's like occasional, let's say. Usually my streams are pretty, although it depends, right? Like you're the one doing the work. I usually don't even see it. For me, it's like, oh, it's chill, there's no trolls here, but usually it's because you already got rid of them all, because I'm such a slow reader. So by the time I get all the way down to the chat, it's all gone. So I'll shut up. You know best what's going on in my live stream chat better than I do. Yeah, of course. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. And yeah, so glad to have you all here, and thank you for watching. Thanks for the stream, sister. I hope you folks have a nice night, and we're so glad that Mr. O is doing so well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really mean it. Like, reading all your comments and wishes just had me so much more confident that everything is going well, and just knowing that people think about Oscar and or pray for him, you know, whatever your religion is, really made me very appreciative of y'all. I mean, I'm always appreciating you guys, but it was just so sweet to see. And yeah, I'm just so glad that I met you all here, and thank you so much. And I know Oscar's doing so well also because of all your thoughts and prayers, so yeah, I owe you one. And Oscar says thank you too in his own way. He can't say it, but I know he would give you all a little lick and kiss on the cheek. Also does to give kisses with his wet nose. But yeah, the other cat is up here too now. Oh, they're fighting. You too. Be good. Rusty, be nice to your sister. Hi, Nick. Thank you, Shuriken. Ah, Fräulein, nein, runter. Fräulein, nein, 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 runter. Susi, nein, runter vom Dach. Runter, runter, runter. Geht's noch? Naughty. But yeah, I'm glad that we met too, and the gang, of course. It's so fun just to, you know, that we can hang out here, and then when Marco has a stream, there's so many people also on Marco's channel now. So just like a whole community made up of Germans and all over the world, and Americans, and yeah, all countries. Like I feel like we have all countries here. It's crazy. It's just so great. She understands German well. When she knows that when she hears me talk German, she knows that I'm being serious. Like I'm not trying to be cute with her. So she's like, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm just scared that this thing here will come down eventually. It's like, you know, like they try to make it look hip and it's cute and all, but yeah, I'm always scared it will come down one day. They're having a hard time understanding two languages, sometimes English and sometimes German. Yep, they have to figure it out. They have to be bilingual. And my kids, cats, same thing, have to be bilingual. But yeah, they'll figure it out. Have a great night, everyone, or have a great day, Sam, or wherever you guys are that are still watching. Have a beautiful weekend or rest of your weekend, and do something that makes you happy or brings you joy. Something relaxing, something that you want to do, or eat something yummy. Anything that brings you joy, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for hanging out. Bye, y'all. And sorry for the boring stream where I was just eating watermelon and talking. Next time we'll do something cooler, and I'll figure something out, like a cooking stream or something. Bye-bye, everyone. You too. Have a nice Sunday. Good night. 晚安. Bye-bye. 再见。